What's up, guys? Came up in the mountains today to think. A lot of things have happened lately in my life, and one of them is that a very close family member left a suicide note on Facebook for the rest of us to find, and luckily we got to them in time, and you know, my brothers and sisters and parents, we banded together and we got to this person in time, and we got him some help, you know, took him to the ER, talked to a crisis worker, and turns out that they were not admitted to the hospital, but the crisis worker suggested that that they get therapy, long-term therapy. And, you know, all of us struggle with depression. I do. Sorry, my camera's a little bit foggy right now. Let me see if I can fix it. That's better. I do, my siblings do, and my parents do. And it's been a huge thing. You know, I used to think that depression itself was a sickness. Depression itself wasn't a symptom, but it was like the underlying cause. But now I understand that depression is a symptom of many things. And those of you who have been on this channel with me for the last couple of years, who have been watching me, know that I've struggled with intense allergies and all sorts of health problems, and my health has gone down, 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 down. I'm 33 right now, and I've just been, for the last couple of years, I've been going through a major health crisis. My brain's shutting down. I think I've had some seizures because there's been times where I stopped understanding English. I couldn't do basic arithmetic, severe loss of vocabulary. And so, and even at times I have been suicidal. So I know what the darkness is like. I really do know what that's like. People looking at me think that I'm a clean-cut, goody-goody Mormon boy who's grown up in white suburbia and has never known pain or suffering or the darker side of life, but I have. I grew up, I was homeless, lived in a homeless shelter for about a year with my mother, and we never had a car growing up, and we lived in people's garages and basements, and I know, and I've experienced severe drug abuse with family and other types of abuse, and if people knew my life and my story, they would be absolutely blown away. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But I know what severe poverty is like, and I know what severe health problems are like, and what the drug problems and the abuse, and I know I've tasted those things. I've tasted the gutters of life. And anyway, so back to the story of the suicide note and that. So we're all in the hospital, some family members and I, and we're waiting in the cafeteria, and we're thinking, okay, what can we do? She needs long-term help, long-term therapy, and healing, okay? Now, another thing that I know of from life experience is the problem with medication. Our society, especially the United States, okay? This is a problem in all first world countries, but the United States especially, we have a drug culture. And I'm not talking just about like opioids and methamphetamine and hard illegal drugs. I'm talking much bigger and much worse than that. We have this severe addiction to medication. It's just like our addiction to oil, you know, fossil fuels. It's this addiction to you could say a love affair with the pharmaceutical industry. But the problem is that our medical system is focused on symptom management, and they call that treatment. And it's not focused on healing or curing the cause. It's not focused on cause. Some people say symptomatic medicine. That's what we practice, symptomatic medicine. And so if you have high blood pressure, your doctor gives you what? High blood pressure medication, which does nothing to treat the reason why you have high blood pressure, but you're taking medication so you can manage your numbers. So the doctors look at your blood sample, they look at your labs, they see all these numbers, they want to manage those numbers and get them within these healthy ranges, which is, to me, that's fake, superficial, stupid medicine. It's like a dog chasing its tail. You have these doctors trained to manage numbers, not cure people, and not really treat people, but manage symptoms, symptom management. And then we have this drug empire, this palace of medication. Anyway, the point is, myself and my family and the individual that threatened to commit suicide, we've all been on, at different times in our life, just tons of medications, tons. And where has it taken us? Nowhere. What has it given us? Nothing. Nothing. Medication is not a long-term fix. It's not the thing. So anyway, we're sitting there, we're thinking, we're praying about what we should do to help and what we could do long-term to heal. And recently I discovered the Whole Foods plant-based diet, and that's helped. I mean, look, I don't have any allergies. My cough is gone. Lots of my depression is gone. I'm not taking any medication at all for anything. And I've managed to hike up to 9,000 feet right now. I mean, not everything is better, but I'm discovering that there are ways to heal yourself for real, not the fake doctor medication. You're skipping around from doctor to doctor to doctor, from med to med to med, and never getting anywhere. And so here's the frustrating thing. There are these. Okay, what can I say? I want to describe this clearly. There are wellness retreats, like there are weight loss camps that you can go to. There's wellness retreats. Sometimes they call them wellness resorts. And they're all super, hyper expensive, extremely expensive. And some of them say luxury wellness retreats. What the hell is that? Luxury? We're not interested in luxury, or at least you shouldn't be. If you're having a health crisis or you're hitting rock bottom, you should not be worried about how fluffy are the pillows and you know, that doesn't make sense. It's like everything around us when it comes to health and well-being is aimed at sucking our wallets. That's all that anybody seems to care about in any industry that's related to medicine or health or wellness or supplements or anything. It's crazy. It is so crazy navigating this labyrinth of health and wellness is one of the most infuriating, crazy things to do. So what do you do when someone leaves a suicide note and when they've hit rock bottom? Their marriage is falling apart. They're upside down in their house. Their health is completely falling apart. They've lost children to drugs and everything. What do you do? What is there? What resources are there? Well, I know the answer to that, but unfortunately, it doesn't exist. To my knowledge, it doesn't exist. So look, I have 20,000 subscribers. And so I just want to ask a question, I'm literally asking you, whoever's watching this video, I'm asking, do you know of any wellness retreats that are actually wellness retreats where you go out into nature, not into some stupid 5-star hotel? It's not about luxury. It's so insane. But actual wellness where you go out into nature somewhere and you eat healthy. There's a loving group and atmosphere. There's group activities. There's health coaches. There's, you know, and that lasts 2 to 3 to, however many weeks, but that offers substantial, like a body reboot type thing, and that someone could go to who doesn't have a lot of money. That's my question right now. I'm trying to research that. I'm like spending all my time. In fact, right now I'm doing a fast. That's what Mormons call it. It's where we pray and we stop eating and drinking, and at the end we donate all that money that we would have used on food. We donate it to the poor. But the purpose of a fast, you fast and you pray and you meditate and you research and you try to, you're seeking some sort of knowledge or insight on something. And so that's what I'm doing today. I'm trying to learn about retreats. I've spent most of the day researching on Google, writing things down, and it's frustrating because there's just nothing out there that I know of. Interestingly, this whole crisis, a couple weeks ago, I had a friend and fan of my channel have a complete mental breakdown and try to murder some people. Me being one of them. Luckily, I was not present when this happened, but this individual had weapons and he was, going around looking and threatening murder and scaring people. It was horrible. It was so, like I said, there's been lots of crazy stuff that's happened lately, and it's almost like the universe is telling me something like, hey, Rio, you need to go create a camp, a retreat for people that are struggling. Because what I know needs to exist, and what I know people need for healing, as far as I know, doesn't exist. And I've actually been looking for something like this for a couple of years, for a couple of different reasons, for my mom, and I also want to go to a place like this. And anyway, but if you know, please let me know if you know about a retreat. If you understand what I'm asking and you understand kind of what I'm envisioning, please let me know either in the comments or email me at usquatch@gmail.com. That's USQUATCH @gmail.com. See, I'm fasting, so my brain is kind of foggy right now. Yeah, please email me, usquatch@gmail.com, or talk about it in the comment section below. I really do think that this is what I want to do. Like, I've always known that I wanted to create some sort of resort. I've always known that. I remember telling my wife that when we were dating, that my dream was to create, I didn't know exactly what for, but a large group resort to help people. That's what I've always said. It's always been my dream in life. And now, because of all this that's happened, it's kind of more clear exactly what that needs to be. So I want to find something, and then in the long term, I also want to create something. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.